You know, I as a former Christian evangelist becoming a Muslim, someone have asked me before that how are you able to accept those verses of war in the Quran? Firstly, my response was in two ways. I said the verses of the Quran that talks about war is less than 1% of what is in the Quran. Like the verses of the Quran contains over 6,000 verses. The verses that talks about war is less than 20.
Almost 10 places in the Quran that Quran may show go and kill.
Let's say 50. So, are you telling me to abandon the 6,000 other verses that talks about mercy, about love, about compassion, about understanding, about mutual coexistence, about the worship of the one true God, about devotion, about... You want me to abandon all this and just focus on those little, it talks about war. As if that is the context of the whole book. As if that is the context of the whole religion. No, this is hypocrisy, brother. This is hypocrisy. Why don't you talk about those verses of the Quran? Like in Surah Zumar, Quran chapter 39, verse 53, where Allah said, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ جَمِيعًا إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ.
قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.
Why don't you talk about verses like this if indeed you are truthful? If indeed you have integrity, you want me to hear your word and act upon it, but you don't show integrity. You are quoting just less than 1% of the Quran, and you want me to use that to abandon the full message? No. Allah said in Surah Zumar, that's Quran chapter 39, that all my slaves, all my servants who have engaged in sins, in transgressions, in vices, in atrocities, no matter how enormous your sin is, no matter how massive is your transgression, no matter how much you have gone against God Almighty, La taqnatu min rahmatillah. Do not despair of the mercy of Almighty Allah. Do not lose hope in the mercy of Almighty Allah. Inna Allah yakfiru dhunuba jami'an. For verily Almighty Allah forgives all sins. Yakfiru dhunuba jami'an. Allahu Akbar. He said, He, Allah, forgives all sins. Innahu huwal ghafurur rahim. And verily, He is the oft forgiving, the most merciful. This verse is there, and you expect me not to believe in this? You expect me to abandon verses like this because of those verses that you don't understand? You don't understand the context, and perhaps you understand the context, but you just are not sincere enough. You are not bold enough to come out and speak the truth. You want me to abandon the verses of the Quran that tells me to be merciful? Where Allah said, وَابْتَغِي فِيمَا أَتَاكَ اللَّهُ دَارَ الْآخِرَةِ وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا وَأَحْسِنْ كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ وَلَا تَبْغِ فَسَادًا فِي الْأَرْضِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُفْسِدِينَ.
وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغ الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب